I've been really bad at recording lately. And I've done a couple of good things, couple of good improvements. One of which I'm working on right now. I'm working on this little table. So this goes behind the couch. I'm going to put a little outlet in there, which is pretty nice because it'll have plenty of ports available for people wanting to charge their devices or, I don't know, plug in a little lamp or something, I don't know. But there's also a few on the bottom too, so it'll be nice because the HomePods can plug in the bottom. You won't see the cable, and then on top you can plug in whatever else. So that's currently what I'm working on. I didn't record like any of it, but basically just sanded all these pieces and put them all together. I'm just finishing up some cosmetic touches like the wood filler here. And then I'm gonna fill this in with wood filler and sand it so that it's nice and seamless. It's kind of what I have going on right now. I'm gonna continue working on that. Then I'll stain it and put it behind the couch. It'll be a nice little added touch. And then our HomePods can actually sit on there too. That'll be a nice place for them. Well, I didn't plan it as well as I wanted to. I wanted to kind of hide the screws, but whatever, it's fine. Welcome back, everybody. I'm really excited to share with you another episode. It's been really cool. I just kind of started this little series to kind of document this whole process for myself and for my family, and just to kind of look back on. But it's been really exciting to be able to talk to people at work or friends and family about everything that's going on, and people subscribing and commenting and liking. And so it's been really fun to just see how everyone's getting involved. So welcome back to another one. Yes, that is an angle grinder with a tile blade on it. Not exactly a woodworking project tool, but it's really the only one I had available to me. Obviously, I'm not a professional. I'm not a woodworker by any means, so I'd understand if someone thought this is the sloppiest woodworking they've ever seen. It's bad. It's bad, but I'm not a woodworker, so makes sense, right? It's coming along. I think it'll be good for what I needed to do. I went ahead and stained this the same color that we've been using for other woodworking projects around the house. Not anything super exciting. It's just another staining project. Y'all have probably seen someone stain something before. Got everything ready to go. Just gotta put it behind the little couch we have over here. Winner's excited, aren't you, Winner? Look at that smile. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set that up real quick, if that's okay with you.
Sounds great.
This will be really helpful because we did need a solution for the HomePods. We wanted to put them on some shelving that we got, but they were a little bit too heavy, so they were kind of pulling out the drywall from the wall, and just they were like almost gonna fall off the wall, so that wasn't gonna work. And this is just gonna be a really good solution for that. We had some shelves before, but Britt's just not a fan of them, so they had to go. This will serve as a great place to set a drink or to plug in a device or put a book on or whatever. It's just going to be a good little place to set things on while you're watching a show or hanging out on the couch. It's a little higher than I wanted it to be. It's kind of a weird gap in between the couch and the table, but I can always cut the legs later if I want to. But that is exactly how I want it to function. So that's perfect. This next segment is going to go over the door molding project that I did. We have flat panel doors, and we just wanted them to look a little bit more unique and stand out a little bit more. So I put on this door molding to make it kind of have that pop. I also worked on these projects simultaneously, so it just felt right to put them both in the same video. So I went ahead and did one of the doors. As you can see, for some reason, you can see the paint that I added when I put the molding on. So for whatever reason, it didn't blend in. It's the same color, but it didn't blend in. So I'm gonna have to repaint the whole door. So I later on learned that the reason why this paint didn't quite match was because I used the sample container. So that paint was just slightly different. I went ahead and grabbed the normal, larger container of paint, went back over it, and it covered it up, matched it just fine. So just a little learn there for you. Don't use the sample container of paint on something that you need to cover up because it's not going to match perfectly. This is one of the first door that I did the molding on, and I'll show you a little bit about how I did that. It's 70 inches top to bottom vertically, 19 and a half across to make the rectangle that would fit nicely on my door. So just got to mark and cut accordingly. So for all of these cuts, I went ahead and measured and cut the two lengths that I needed to complete the project. And then when I went to cut the rest of the molding, I just used those lengths as templates. So I would just kind of line it up on the piece of wood I needed to cut, put it up on the saw, and cut it to the same exact length. And I would just do that over and over and over and over and over again until it was all cut. And it took a little while and it was pretty tedious, but it was all worth it. Basically, after I've got all those cuts made, I've got something that looks like this. I just laid it out on the floor just so you can kind of see. So that's basically what's on this door already. I just have to get that put onto the back of this one and then all the rest of the ones throughout the house, so front and back. So I got this really good super glue that helps me do that. I just put this on, and then you spray this and it like immediately hardens up and is really effective. So that's how I got this one on. Like I said, this one's kind of weird because the paint didn't blend in, even though it's the same exact paint color. So I'll have to go over the entire door because that looks really stupid the way it is right now. We'll glue this one on the back of this door and go from there. By the way, these are supposed to be about 5 inches away from the edge of the door. On the other side, it's not quite consistent because these aren't exactly straight. So they bow just ever so slightly. To the eye, it doesn't really look crooked at all, but that's how I have it done, is 5 inches away from the edge. Let's see, I think I'll put the top piece on first. Where's my level? I want my level. Like that, it's glued on. It's not perfect. The bottom is definitely lower than the top because the piece fell off at the beginning, but that's all right. Maybe I should start at the bottom and then go up. Probably be easier that way. Anyway, that's how you do it, and then you just paint it. Just really elevates the door, it really elevates the look. One other thing I do is I put some caulking in the crevices, just so that when I paint it, it's got a smooth look. Doesn't look like it has any gaps and that it's not necessarily added on. So I just put some caulk in there real quick, letting it dry, and then I'll move on to the next door, and then I'll paint it later. Thank you so much for giving this video a watch. I'm excited to keep sharing more of the projects that I have going on, and there are plenty to do, so just not a lot of money to do them. But I will still create little videos for things that I've been working on, and there is still footage that has been made already. I just need to put it all together, and week by week you'll see it all. So come back next week.